I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I am so excited about my next guest, Roxanne. We actually were connected through a mutual friend, Tanisha Lewis. So we want to give her a shout out. But
Yes.
I am so excited to have Roxanne here today because this is our first time actually meeting one another. And I'm excited to hear her nuggets of wisdom and just any insights that she could share with us today regarding her business and what her outlook is for 2021. So we're just excited to have this organic conversation for the first time. So at this time, I'm going to give Roxanne the opportunity to introduce herself before we get into the interview.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Roxanne Smith, and I moved to Virginia in 1992.
Mhm.
Have family here. My mom's originally from Franklin, Virginia. I was
Okay.
born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. So
Oh,
yeah, so that's where the fashion came in a little bit. But just going back to '92, I moved here in '92 and went to college. Attended ODU. Didn't
mhm.
finish, but I did attend.
Okay.
And then from there, I met my husband, Morris Smith, at Mount Carmel Baptist Church, and that's where I met Tanisha Lewis.
Oh, well,
And,
good.
and Tanisha, she also sung at my wedding. So
Oh,
yes, so we've been good friends for over what 20 some years. So
well,
it's been good.
yeah, that's a blessing. All right. So, so you got into fashion. So, yeah, we are seeing the signs behind you. So, tell us what you have going on right now.
I got into men's clothing. It's been about 10 years,
Mhm.
and I dropped off, and then I got back into it, and I wanted to do custom. So I've been doing
Mm.
custom now for at least 8 years,
Mhm.
and been doing it since, and I've been loving it. My clientels are from pastors,
Mhm.
athletes,
Mm.
local entertainers, um, and professionals. So,
Right.
yep.
That is
And
awesome.
we just cater to these men who are just need a different look. So,
Right.
and we provide high quality luxury suiting shirts,
Mhm.
trousers, blazers, shoes. And it's basically we just sit down and talk to them and let them know what we can provide for them. And then
Mhm.
we also do a consulting for we can educate them as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Love that. Now, so one of the things I want to get into is, it sounds like you have niched it down to being a specialty within your field. And a lot of people that are business owners, they kind of shy away from that. They're scared that when they niche down, such as you have, that it's going to affect their ability to be profitable. So, what advice would you give somebody about? Niching down, finding that sweet spot for yourself when it comes to your industry.
Well, I believe that it got to be something that you're gonna love doing.
Mm,
It have to be something that you have to love doing, and if you don't love it, then it's not gonna work for you.
mm,
So in my case, I love what I do,
mhm,
and I just got it down to the where I want it, and I'm able to meet different people.
mhm,
So and entertain what I have, and also grow up my clientele as well.
that's good. Now, and so, with you being a specialty, you're not just like everywhere with everybody. So, what are some unique ways that you market yourself, that helps you stand out from the rest?
Social media.
Okay.
Social media, all the platforms on social media, referrals.
Mm-hmm.
When I meet with a client and they love their garment, I always ask for a referral, or also ask them to do a review. Like someone today just gave me a beautiful review. I did a lady's suit, and she was a groomswoman at a wedding, and she gave me a beautiful review today. Beautiful.
Mm.
Yep.
That's good. Now, so you just randomly call them and ask them for these reviews, or is it, when you actually provide the service for them?
Once they get their garments and they wear them and they are satisfied with it, then I
Mm-hmm.
will send them a text or call them and they say, "Hey, can you do a review for me?" So they'll either do one on Google or either Facebook.
That's good. Yeah, because a
Mhm.
lot of people don't think to follow up, and
Right.
what has that done for you with the reviews? Do you remember a time when you didn't really care about the reviews or didn't really be so mindful about them? What's the difference you think you've seen with your business since you've implemented that?
Oh, a lot. It's been a big difference.
Really?
uh, that's yes.
That is
Yeah,
awesome.
because this recently I had someone, a couple of actually someone that got married last year, and I
Mm-hmm.
just hit them up maybe a couple months ago and said, "Hey,
Mm-hmm.
can you put a review out there for me?" And they did, and I got a couple of calls. I mean, and then
Wow.
because of the pandemic, a lot of men clothes stores are closing.
Right.
So if they do a search for Alpha Custom Clothiers or do a search for men clothers on Google, I will pop up.
Oh, that's good.
And
That's
that
good.
helping and having that review would definitely helps.
Oh, that is awesome. That's good to know because I'm telling you, people, the follow up is the thing. And, these are the kind of things that, how like you have a business, you're working from home, you don't really have somebody over your shoulder telling you how many hours to work. And
Mhm.
so you do a few things and then you running around checking your email and don't know what an income producing activity is.
Right.
So a review is something that is income producing,
Yes,
like
it
you
can.
said, you've gotten some calls, and if they do a search, it really boosts you up there. So this
Mhm.
is really interesting. How was it that you decided to do men as opposed to women's clothes?
Um, always love the way men dress.
Oh,
It's just a thing with me. I love to see a man in a nice, well dressed suit. Uh, the shoes got to be on point. I mean, because I could tell a guy anytime or a client, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money,
right.
with me, but if your shoes are on point, you looking good. But I
Okay.
always love to see a man in a nice crispy white shirt and a nice suit. Yeah.
This is good.
So
Now, and
that
so I was going to say, so what are some things that we kind of overlook when it comes to having that polished look, and like what's the difference when it comes to having a suit customized, you think with the appearance that we have.
with a custom suit is basically going to be tailored to your physique, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And in the customizing, you also able to choose from your fabric, your lining. When I
Mm.
sit down with a client, they was like, "Oh my goodness, this is a lot." But you got to remember, it's being customized. So I measure them, and
Mm-hmm.
we sit down, we design. So like I said, it's from the fabric,
Mm-hmm.
to the lining, to the button colors,
Wow.
uh, to the buttons on the sleeves,
Mm.
uh, the back of the jacket. If it's going to be a center vent or
Oh.
no vent or a side vent.
Mm-hmm.
If you want your name monogram inside,
Oh.
uh, it's just a lot.
That is a lot. These are things that we really don't think about. So let's say somebody is not the best about dressing. It's like, me, girl, I'll be at the Goodwill, okay? Wherever I can thrift or consign, it's all about saving money. And I like the fact that, it's not commercial where I see myself everywhere. So if I want to kind of step it up a bit in terms of how I look, what would be the first thing that I should focus on? Is it just getting something and then having it tailored? What kind of tailoring should we have done?
So say for instance, like the shirt I have on,
Mm-hmm.
it could be a nice fitted shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't fit, then you can take it to a tailor to get it fitted the way you want.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all dependent on the person if they want something fitted or if they want something a little looser.
Mm-hmm.
So it all depends on the individual.
Mm.
Yep.
Okay. And
Mhm.
how much does it usually cost to really go through and have a custom suit done?
It can range from. It all depends. It all depends on the fabric. You can go
Okay.
from a fabric that is like 5.97 and then up.
Okay.
Because our fabrics are Australian wool. It
Oh.
comes from Italian mills. So
Mm.
it all depends on what the client or what they chooses. If they give me a price range of where they want to stay at, then I will stay within that price range with them.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
yeah.
good. But and
Mhm.
this is something to consider. Like if you are a speaker, for example, and you're going to be on stage and doing something where you're in front of a camera, people going to be taking photos and videos, it might be worth your while to uh invest in a more expensive suit, something that's going to
Mhm.
look good on you, have that longevity, for what it is that you want to do in terms of the look that you want to create.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just
Hmm.
like for Alpha, Alpha stands for affordable luxury for all. So by
Okay.
me not having a brick and mortar, I'm able to keep my prices at a low cost. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, so
Because
if you,
if you go somewhere else, it's gonna cost you, between 1,200 and who knows.
right,
for Yep.
that makes sense. Now,
Hmm.
so for somebody who is, trying to build this wardrobe,
Hmm.
what would you suggest they do? Is it like you get a jacket first or a nice pair of slacks? If you're not in the position to do like a whole suit or something like that, what are some affordable ways that we can kind of begin that journey to being customized, if that makes sense? Does that question
Okay.
make sense?
Right, it does. When I sit down with a client, usually what I ask them is, what do you need? What do you already have? Do you have your
Hmm.
basics? And your basic colors is going to be your blacks, your grays, your blues, or your browns. If they tell me that they don't have anything, then I will say, okay, let's go with either a navy blue suit. Um, and then with that navy blue suit, then you can interchange with different shirts. Um,
Hmm.
Also, maybe get another blazer, maybe a blazer with plaid in it. So with that
Mm.
color blue, so you can interchange with the jacket and the pants, or you can wear the whole suit, and then
Hmm.
maybe a white shirt or a light blue shirt, something like that.
Hmm. That makes sense. That makes
Mhm.
sense. Okay. And so now, based on the fact that now everything is kind of virtual, so are these consultations now virtually done?
Yes, I've been having some virtual fittings,
Mm-hmm.
and then if I do a someone in person, I do meet them at my office in downtown Norfolk.
Okay.
And then they have to, it's required them, of course, to wear a mask.
Mm-hmm.
And, we try to, can't really stay 6 feet, but, but because I do have to touch them if I'm trying to measure them.
Right.
Um, so, you know, but yeah, I did have a couple of Zoom calls. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Virtual
Mm-hmm.
fittings. Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. This is good. Now, so are you guys thinking of doing like a magazine or anything like that? Do you have any other platforms to where people know about you?
No magazine, but I am working on a platform, an e-commerce platform where you can go online and design. So I will have to meet you face to face.
Oh.
And this is going to be worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can, it's going to be for men. We're starting out with men, then we're going to go
Mm-hmm.
out towards the ladies,
Oh,
where
okay.
you can go in and design your suits online. And you also be able to measure yourself as well. And either you're going to do a body measurement or you can use a garment. So basically, when I say garment, you're going to use one of your best jackets that you like, and you're going to measure that.
Oh.
and then you input that information into our system.
Mm-hmm.
It take about seven uh, 7 days to get us
Mm-hmm.
feedback. I'll say 14 days.
Oh, wow. That's nice. That is
Hmm.
awesome.
So
So
yes, it's been a lot with
that
that.
is that's amazing. Now, so this is something that is, I would say it's revolutionary because, this isn't something every day everybody's doing. You have to be in a different kind of mindset to do something like this. So, what advice would you give people about moving forward in embracing change? Because we have to do that now that the times that we're in. So, what do you do that allows you to be in this position to embrace e-commerce and the way that you are looking to do business in the future?
um, just let's see here. That's a good question. Just to, I mean, just to keep focus on what you want. You
Mm-hmm.
got you have to keep focus on what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I stay humble. I
Mm-hmm.
and just and stay focused. Basically, that's the main thing. Being focused on what you want,
Mm-hmm.
and,
That's
and
true.
being consistent as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
awesome because, that's what I'm saying. It's not a trait that a lot of people have. You
Mhm.
turn on the news or, where they're talking about the elections and all this other stuff. And, when you begin to talk about things that is not on the radar of things that are happening right now, people can be like, girl, I don't know about that. That just isn't going to work. So
Mhm.
it's important to kind of know how to rise above that because so many entrepreneurs out there, you have enough dealing with your business. And then when you have the vision of trying to do something outside of the box, it can be challenging, for other
Mhm.
people who are watching what you're doing.
Right. It has been challenging since this pandemic. The last few months been hard,
Mm-hmm.
but I came up with some other stuff that I can try to make a little bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
And I started on making masks. As a matter of fact, I have some here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I have some masks here. I've been just putting my business name on it.
Oh,
So
that's
and
creative.
yep. And then what I also been doing is reaching out to some more business owners who
Mm-hmm.
are who, since it's the norm now, you got to wear a mask. Reaching out to them and see if they're interested in buying masks and putting their logo on it.
Oh, now that's
So
creative.
right,
Yeah.
and I just had a write up on in Virginia Pilot as well for
Oh,
the masks. Yep, for bulk masks for small businesses. Yep,
now that is nice. Yeah.
yep.
So that is very creative. So we weren't able to see the mask. You got to put it up a little higher or
Oh,
something
okay,
with the camera.
okay.
Oh yeah, now that is cute. Now
Yeah, so
I
I
like
have
that because it
different
has a
colors.
little tag.
Yeah, I have my
Oh
name on it, my business
yeah,
name alpha on it, and different colors.
yeah, I
And
like that.
yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
yeah,
Because most people they just actually put the logo on the mat. You know what I'm saying? So I like the way that just has a nice little tag that
yeah, I
people.
have my little tag on it. It's embroidered on it, and then the ones who want businesses, they get theirs embroidered on their mask. So they choose.
Okay.
So they're able to choose a fabric.
Mm-hmm.
So say for instance, if it's purple, they able to put their logo on the mask as well. So
That
yeah,
is a very creative, very creative. Yeah.
yep.
Now, so most of the customized clothing you actually make yourself, or you have a team of people helping you? How does that work?
Okay, so how that work is basically I have a team of manufacturers that
Okay.
help me with my clothes.
Mm-hmm.
So they're out of China, in Italy,
Okay.
in Thailand.
Oh,
Hmm.
wow. That's good. So, I mean, so many different things that you could teach us. I tell you, we could go all day with this because
Hmm.
a lot of people can be intimidated with conducting business overseas or just the language barrier. I'm just like, to be able to have the vision to know what you want, and how do you get all those moving parts together, especially like you said, you have China, Italy, and Thailand, and
Mhm.
the different language barriers. So how did that come about?
Well, I attend a big function. Actually, we attended early this year until the corona up in New York.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a big event where you have it's called the Project Show, and you have
Okay.
different vendors from all over the world comes
Oh.
to New York. You have one in New York at the Java Center.
Mm-hmm.
You have one in Las Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Chicago. And
Mm-hmm.
all these vendors come together or manufacturers come together in one big place, and you go to and visit them. As you walk around, you have a
Oh.
book, you visit them, and then you talk to them, and that's how you gain your resources and you gain your contacts.
Oh. Very
Yeah.
good. Yeah. See, that's
Or if you're on social media, they might send you a DM or something like that, knowing that if you are a person
oh.
doing custom clothing or something like that as well. Yep.
Well, that is a blessing. I mean, see things like this, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, I've always wanted to do that." But we get overwhelmed with ignorance because we don't know what to do next. And so we just have these visions like, "Oh, I have to speak to them, and I got to fly over there." So this is very informative for people who might want to consider that vocation, especially now that they're kind of reinventing themselves in a lot of cases.
Mm,
Mhm.
right. Yeah. Fortunately, we supposed to have went back in July, but since the corona cut everything out, we couldn't go. But thank God we was able to
Mm.
do it in January. So I go every year and
Mhm.
I meet new manufacturers, or I might go back and talk to the ones I'm already with.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, but you like you said, just renovating yourself basically. Yeah.
Mhm.
So.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So what's the best way for everybody to get a hold of you?
Um, on social media, all my platforms, I'm Alpha Clothiers.
Okay.
So
Oh.
that's Facebook, IG, Twitter, um, LinkedIn.
Mhm.
Yep. And
Okay.
then also my phone number is 757 and my website is alphaclothiers.com.
Awesome. Now, and so what parting words would you want to uh tell us about clothing, or any fashion tips, or I don't know, whatever you feel led to educate us with?
Uh, just stay fashionable. Stay fashionable. Stay on top of the trends.
Mhm.
Stay consistent and stay focused.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great words. All right. Well, you heard it here from Roxanne. So we just want to thank you, Roxanne. This has been very informative. And I encourage you guys to reach out to her. Those men who, hey, you know what? We're not going to be
And
in
women.
forever. Yeah, men and women. But right now you got the custom men, and those men who are gonna be reinventing themselves and going out in the job force. Give her a call so you can be looking good while you're doing it, right? With a custom
Right.
suit. So we thank you again, Roxanne, for joining us today. And we want to thank you guys for watching, and reach out to her, and look on her website, see if there's something that you like. And hey, if you're a business and you need some masks, give her a call, okay? Because we can never have too many of those. So
That's
thank
correct.
you guys so much for watching, and we'll see y'all the next time, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much for having me.
You are welcome.